Hi, Sarah. How are you today?
And you?
Good. Doing really well. First of all, let me remind you everything we discuss in this session will be confidential, like we've said in the last two as well. The only way I'll disclose information is if you express your wishing to do harm on yourself or harm on others. If somebody else has threatened to harm you in some way, if any of that is expressed, I would have to report it. Other than that, everything will remain undisclosed and confidential. Does this all make sense? Okay. Let's get started. I would like to begin by reflecting on our first and second sessions. I feel like we've made some progress, which is excellent. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make sure we're on the same page at this point. Last we spoke, we discussed how your year was going to this point. We determined that you're struggling somewhat this year with focusing in school, and we began implementing a goal-setting plan to align with your major goals for the year. We also determined that bullying is no longer a major issue for you. However, we will intervene as needed if this becomes an issue once again. Hopefully it will not, okay. We also reviewed the value chart. Remember that chart?
Yep.
You filled out regarding your major goals. And we determined that you would like to succeed in school, okay, not only now but in high school as well and further on. You're trying to arrange your schedule so you can complete everything for school, yet still have time to ride your horses every once in a while when you get home, or more often, hopefully. And you want to be able to spend more time with family and friends, correct? Okay. In addition to reviewing and discussing the value chart, we began the implementation of your goal-setting achievement plan, okay, the calendar. And this is where we currently stand. Are we on the same page?
Yep.
All right. Making good timing. We're great. Off to a great start. All right. Well, thanks for the information up to this point. Again, I feel like we're making some progress, and we still have, a little way to go, but we'll get there. Okay. We're focusing on the big picture. Okay. In this session, meaning once we're finished, we want to make sure overall that we've established both long-term and short-term goals. Okay. And in reference to how well you will stay focused and attentive in school. Okay. By the end of the session, what I'm hoping for, what I believe we will accomplish, is to make sure that, first of all, you've gained confidence. Okay. As far as setting and implementing a variety of goals is something that we needed to work on with you. Hopefully, I'll hear that you've come a long way as far as focusing in school. And now, with that being said, leading up to this point and my goals for this overall final session, any questions so far?
Nope.
As far as reflecting back, you feel that we're on the same page? Excellent. Okay, well, it's been a while since we've last spoken. So tell me how everything's currently going for you in your classes. I'd like to hear an update.
Good so far. Just pretty much the normal little, kind of little insults every now and then, or just drama of ooh, y'all are dating, or things like that.
Okay.
That's pretty much really the main thing so far.
Is that happening that often, or?
Well, I mean, it's everyone's already worrying about homecoming, stuff like that, because apparently if you're going with someone to homecoming, apparently you're dating.
Oh.
Because that was my thing. I'm going with someone to homecoming, but I'm not dating him.
As a friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pushing him into the friend zone.
Is there just one person that's bothering you about this, or several?
Pretty much just several.
Okay. In your grade, just or all around? And we're not going to say any names.
Pretty much his grade.
Okay. A lot of it today?
Not really today. No, not really.
Okay. So, and I know that's frustrating to you. Other than that, has there been any other kind of bullying lately or anything to that effect?
Nope.
Okay. Have you told these classmates that that's bothering you and they need to stop?
Yeah, and I'll just see we're just friends. I mean, we're not dating or anything like that.
Okay. And like I've said, I'll observe, and if I notice, and they can tell that it's not funny to you, that it's bothering you. Like I've been saying the past couple of sessions, I will, if I notice, I'll pull them. I won't say, Sarah said, just like I've said before, I'll pull them and I'll put them in the situation like role playing, Okay, if you're going with someone, you're friends, and I'm going to be right here in your face. Oh, y'all are dating. How would you feel? That kind of thing. And really, it is so effective putting yourself, in someone's situation. So let me know too, and I'll observe it, let me know, and I think we can quickly put a stop to that. Okay?
Also, which is because like most of my friends now that I'm hanging out with are guys and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and everyone's just like, "Ooh, do you have a crush on him? Like, are we going out?" and things like that. And just like, apparently, there's no such thing as friends anymore here, involving boy and girl.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, all right. Well, I'll definitely observe that. Yeah, they need to know that. Do you think they can? Do you think they can tell it's bothering you?
I don't know. They'll usually just say, "No, I mean, we're just friends." Is there apparently no such thing as friends anymore?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Enough to tell that it's bothering you. They kind of keep on. Okay. Well, if I have to do that, how would you feel? We can certainly do that. I'll monitor that. Thank you for that information. And I was going to ask about how things are going, with your friends and everything. So it sounds like that one that you were talking about in our last session, things still good with him? I know y'all have been good friends, getting along. You understand each other. You can kind of connect, different experiences that y'all have kind of, as far as the past. You said that y'all had some things in common that you've been through and that kind of thing. So things still going well with him? That's excellent. All right. Well, how's the achievement plan going for you? That one that we started yesterday. I know you were a little bit resistant to the plan at first. Am I correct? Although you liked it, I think that when you saw it, you seemed kind of hesitant. We're gonna be honest. You were kind of hesitant to complete it, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That happens. It's a bit overwhelming, and your thoughts were more work. Great. Am I correct? Okay. Well, what are your thoughts on it at this point as far as goal setting?
Good so far.
Good
I
so
know
far.
some things I haven't completely finished yet
Mhm.
because I didn't get this one done today.
Okay.
I got missed one problem or one question, and then I had to write a
Okay.
paragraph or two. And then this one I did. This one I'm working on.
Okay.
This one I did.
Mhm.
I don't know if I done this one. I have my doubts about it.
Okay.
Making a good grade on it, and then this one I'm working on after school.
Okay. So you kind of have a plan, the ones you haven't completed yet, when you're going to do that. All right. Excellent way. You've set it up. You've put your subjects at the top, and okay. Well, it sounds like the majority of them you have completed. Some are kind of iffy, and if it helps too to take notes or to highlight, or have some kind of little code for need to go back to this or this is accomplished, that would be great too. Okay. All right. Well, that's a benefit of the goal setting plan. It will take time, and I know that creates some resistance, like what you were experiencing. But in the long run, I think it'll save you time, because once you set your goals, you've got them set, you work toward them, you're not all over the place. Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You won't be as overwhelmed, and in the long run, it'll save you a lot of time, I feel like. Would you agree with that? Okay. And of course, setting goals and achieving them, that's truly a rewarding experience, because I know you've experienced that as well. So it's a good feeling, right? Builds you up. All right, so let's review your plan in more detail. I know you started showing it to me, but what we're going to do is we'll determine what worked, what didn't, and then we're going to take these and connect them to long-term goals, okay? Which will be possible. All right, we'll take it one thing at a time. And again, I know you've been feeling some resistance towards long-term, am I right? It's kind of like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed now. How am I going to set long-term goals? Well, goals can be adjusted over the years. If you set one and then you look forward to apply it to a long-term goal, it doesn't mean it's set in stone, okay? It doesn't mean, ooh, this is how it has to be. This is the profession I'm going to do. This is the career. And then if you change your mind, oh, well, when I started setting my goals toward this back in junior high, this is what I said. It's a guide, okay? Long-term goals, they are subject to change, to be adjusted, but it is a great guide to get you started. So as far as the resistance with that, let's see if we can fix that by just realizing that that's not set in stone. We can make adjustments as needed. Does that make sense? Okay. Looking at your plan, I see, okay, finish history project, study spelling words, read 5 chapters. Okay, how long are these chapters?
Well, I have one book. Most of the chapters are maybe like 5 pages or 10 pages in it, and then I have this other book, and it's because the other book is the one with about 5 pages or so is only 3 points, the AR, and then I have got this bigger book today, and I think the chapters are maybe like 20 pages or so.
Okay.
I'm gonna at least try to read like 5 chapters of each of them,
Okay.
so I can get.
Oh, okay.
Because the bigger one is 13 points, and then
Mhm.
the smaller one is 3.
Okay. Well, I see how you paced yourself. I mean, good job. Does this help though with being overwhelmed? Focus. Does it help you focus better if you can target? Okay, this is what I'm getting done this time, that time, and so on. Okay. More sentences. ACE math test. Okay, of course. Good. Learn the dance. I remember you talking about that. And good. You've got it set up for several days. Good. Spelling, read 5. And you have it pretty consistent too. And I see too that you're planning on improving too. I mean, you're starting with something and then I've noticed the next week, if it's the same type of project, you put better. So you're working toward,
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing a good job from the start, but I see you're making it your goal. Okay, I can do even better. And that's excellent. And that's what we're going to connect to long term. How will, in your own words, how do you, and this isn't a quiz, right or wrong answer, this is to express your thoughts. How do you feel that something like this and writing down these activities, what do you think this will help with as far as long-term goals?
And help with maybe just like getting it better throughout time, because like
Okay.
with like science, because we're doing this observation thing, and I don't really like writing a whole bunch in like sentences, because
Mhm.
we're supposed to write like this many sentences with, and it can't be just like this happened and then a period, just like, or the plant turned green or something like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I've gotten to where I write longer sentences, but not enough, like, because we're supposed to write maybe like 3 or 4 sentences,
Uh-huh.
but I can write 2 long sentences.
Uh-huh.
Then I have to write more. Even
Yeah.
though I've expressed my thoughts through 2 sentences.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. For example. Okay. All right. Good. What's another way you can connect all of this to long-term goals? And I know you're saying weekly, strive to get better each week, and you're saying, okay, in life, strive to get better as you proceed on through as far as what you're working on accomplishing. So that's great. Great. Anything else?
And with the reading, I guess it just to get me more, because I remember I used to not like reading, and then I got
Mhm.
into, and then I started really liking reading, and then I kind of went out of it during the summer.
Okay.
Because like last year, towards the end of the year, I really just wanted to constantly read pretty much,
Mhm.
and then during the summer, I just lost it, and then
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah. Okay. So how will that help you years down the line?
it can get me to that where I can. It doesn't, even though it's like the summer, I can still like
Mhm.
still want to read and still be able to like do things so my brain doesn't go completely off in a
Learn
way.
just in life in general how to balance out. You still want to be able to read because reading's a big part, so much in life, and the balance between reading and everything else you're doing no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I didn't think of.
Okay. If anything comes, just let me know. So it's amazing how we can set short-term goals, gain the confidence from those as you work through them, apply them to long-term goals based on, a simple value chart and achievement plan. And there are all different types of goal-setting plans in addition to this that I would encourage you to research as well. Some of them you could set up, yourself. It doesn't have to be, well, let me look this up. If you have, a way you want to set it up on a table or just number it, you can be creative and do your own too, if that would be helpful. But you take it and you apply it to long-term goals and strive to just, like you said, do better. And I think you're doing great in school now based on what I'm observing, so that's great. But hey, always striving to do even better. That's fantastic. It really is. So before we close the session, tell me how you're feeling about everything you've learned to this point. Have our sessions together been helpful?
Yep.
Okay.
Much.
Okay, so what are some of the things you've learned that have helped you?
Just that with the goals, that it can help with not only what's happening now, but later down.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And there was some resistance, when I said we're going to talk about long term, I saw that look. You were kind of like, you weren't, no, I won't do that, but I could tell it was like,
A lot of things
really?
are going to
More?
change.
Uh-huh, yes. And they're not set in stone. It's a guide. So, and this is a great way of starting. Start with the short term, apply them to the long term, the big picture. And then that, as far as your focus in school, I think you'll notice a significant improvement. Are you already? So far, so good? Pretty good? All right. Things going better as far as in your classes, some of the concepts you weren't getting, working with those teachers?
Pretty much.
Okay. All righty. Did, for example, today, did you have any questions that you asked the teacher? I know you haven't been wanting to do that so much.
Not really. It's just kind of, I've kind of gotten the gist of some of the things.
Okay, good. Because of better focus?
I guess.
Yeah.
And also, like, except for some things that we have with the math, like, because we had our test today, and we had some things that reference back to last year that I don't
Mhm.
remember.
Yeah.
And so, we didn't go over this year, and
Mhm.
so kind of.
She's probably just trying to see what you have at this point to see what y'all need to work on. So I bet that'll all, work to get better. You'll get it down, I'm sure. Well, great. So can you tell me 3 things that you've learned overall to help you focus better in school?
To ask more questions, I need to.
Okay. It's okay. Take your time.
I guess to pay better attention, because I guess, I don't know, I don't seem to have my mind go off to other places, but I'm guessing that's what's happening or something like that.
Mhm.
So,
That's
I guess-
wonderful. Now that you have goals to strive for, you know exactly what you're working toward. It's not just a bunch of things up in the air. Okay, good. One more?
and just to, know what I need to get done so that I can do what I want to do.
Okay. Get it done, then enjoy those extra things you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Feel that sense of accomplishment. All right. Fantastic. Okay, well, can you tell me where you plan to see yourself 5 years from now and how the goal setting plan would help you? Just an idea. I'm not going to go find you 5 years later and say, okay, that better be exactly what you know. Just, do you have an idea?
Well, 5 years would be the senior year in
Mhm.
high school or getting out.
Mhm.
I guess trying to go to college.
Excellent.
Maybe do something like, because with Tarleton they have like equine things
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
agriculture, things like that.
Something to look forward to. Well, good. And are you planning on doing ag classes in high school as well?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's great. You have some excellent goals. Well, good. I feel like you're really understanding how to set goals, plan, and pace yourself accordingly. I know there was some resistance, because I could kind of tell, but kind of like, oh, more work. But in the long run, I think you're seeing how it will help you and how long-term goals aren't set in stone. And with the plan, you're doing an excellent job. And again, if you want to create your own too, you can have more than one method, okay? Or if you find something else works, I feel so far this is working great for you. You have so much accomplished on it, and that's excellent. So, and I'll check in on you, see how you're doing. I want you to know, like I've said before, my door is always open, okay? Come talk to me anytime you need to. And if you ever just feel discouraged, if you're just not having a good day, come see me, okay? We'll talk. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be previously planned. So if you ever say, hey, we need to talk, I'll talk to you, okay? I'm not going to say no. Plan a time. All right. We can get to the root of any problem you have. And if you just ever need to express any thoughts or feelings, that's what I'm for too, okay? So, I understand sometimes things go well, and then sometimes, it's kind of like, oh, why is this happening? Well, if you ever want to talk to me about it, we can figure it out, okay? I won't, chances are, right off the top of my head, I might have some suggestions. I won't have the answer right away, but we'll let you talk it out through your thoughts and feelings, express your emotions, and then we can get to the root of anything, okay? And I'm a listening ear for you, okay? If you ever just need to talk, need somebody to listen, I'm here for you, all right? So always feel comfortable talking to me. That would be great, okay? Any questions? All right, well, keep up the good work, okay? Keep striving to do your best, put your goals in your achievement plan, work toward your long-term goals. We're overcoming that resistance more and more. That's excellent, because you see how in the long run it'll save you time and you get to do more of the fun things in addition that you want to do. And I'm only seeing at this point brighter and happier things in your future. So I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have an excellent day. Thanks for coming in. And again, if you need to talk to me, my door is always open. Okay, any questions?
Nope.
All right, well, thank you, Sarah. Again, have a great day.